Defense Academy in 1971. He joined the military academy in 1972 January. वहां से he passed out, graduated in December 1972, was commissioned as a second lieutenant. He was awarded the Chief of Army Staff Commendation Card thrice in a row starting 1999, and he was awarded the Vishisht Seva Medal in the rank of Major General in 2004. General Sinha served in the Indian Army for 38 long years, and he played a very critical role during India's peacekeeping mission in Sri Lanka as well. So, General Sinha, sir, in the television channels, बहुत बार I have had the fortune to be with him in many of the television shows, जहाँ पे the manner in which he has emphasized and made people aware of the kind of efforts that have been made by Modi government in the last 9 years. एक तो ये कह सकते हैं कि people like General Sinha sir, हमारे साथ एक और सज्जन भी यहाँ पे है जो मेरे बहुत बड़े, I am a very big fan of him also, हर्षवर्धन जी. तो ये the people like him are warriors till date, and the manner in which they fight against fake information, the manner in which they fight against disinformation warfare, the manner in which they make people aware till date on all the major achievements. I think it is our luck today. We are fortunate to have people like General Sinha here to start this program. मैं थोड़ा सा पहले before the whole thing starts, I'll just give a small intro. In 2012, that time when the then army chief had stated कि air defense system में इंडिया का 97% obsolescence है 2012 में, and 2014 January and February के time when the then defense minister Mr. A.K. Antony was asked about the Rafale deal, तो उन्होंने कहा था कि there is no money. From 2004 to 2014, it is sad that उस टाइम जब चाइना में बहुत बड़े पैमाने में मॉडर्नाइजेशन ऑफ मिलिट्री हो रहा था और बहुत बड़े पैमाने में पाकिस्तान में भी हो रहा था, दुख की बात है कि हिंदुस्तान में उस टाइम 10 साल तक कोई भी ऑफेंसिव मिलिट्री सिस्टम खरीदा ही नहीं गया. जो भी थोड़ा बहुत खरीदा गया था वो ट्रांसपोर्ट, स्ट्रेटेजिक ट्रांसपोर्ट या टैक्टिकल ट्रांसपोर्ट के लिए खरीदा गया था, चाहे वो C-17 हो या C-130 हो. और sorry to say this, उस time the government of that time had money to buy VVIP helicopters, और जिसमें भी corruption का cases आए थे, but there was no money frankly to buy fighter planes or even artillery. It is sad कि after the Bofors controversy हिंदुस्तान में from 1989 onwards 30 साल तक कोई artillery नहीं खरीदा गया. And that was a sorry state of a country which was and which still is surrounded by countries which are not its friends, adversary to the least. And so when Prime Minister Modi came to power in 2014, the question is, what we should ask is what he inherited. उन्होंने inherit क्या किया था? He inherited a sector, in fact, a part of the government, और हर एक sector में उस time problem था. He inherited a sector which had tremendous problems. Number one, of lack of modernization. The trust factor was gone. इतने सारे हर एक deal में middleman का problem था. So at that kind of a scenario, Prime Minister Modi had two options: either to continue as it is कि चलता है attitude से, or he had the option of bringing in radical, drastic transformation, take decisive action for military modernization of India's armed forces, brushing aside all small and big, gossips that will be created by vested interest. और अब उस टाइम से अगर देखा जाए, जनरली हम लोग जब डिफेंस के बारे में बोलते हैं, we talk about Rafale deal, we talk about S-400, but it is not that only. From 2014 जब से वो आए थे, from giving orders for a large scale of warship, चाहे वो frigates हो, चाहे वो initiating the process of nuclear powered submarine हो, चाहे वो clearing many of those very very critical deals जो UPA के टाइम पे clear तो हो गया था, लेकिन वो contract signing for some curious reasons हो नहीं रहा था. जैसे Apache helicopter for the Indian Army, Indian Air Force, जैसे Chinook helicopters, tactical transport helicopters, जैसे M777 ultralight howitzers, जैसे K9 Vajra जो howitzers which were made by L&T in India. Then over a period of time, अगर आप देखेंगे 2007 से 2012 तक, there was a plan to buy for more than 1,80,000 bulletproof jacket. कुछ भी नहीं हुआ था. So our soldiers जो fight कर रहे थे against militancy, उनके पास basic weapon systems तो था ही नहीं. उनके पास there was a huge shortage of basic bulletproof jackets. So from buying bulletproof jackets to assault rifles to a large array of missile systems, and then making sure that anti-satellite missiles से शुरू करके large number of modern military weapon systems are made in India. उसके लिए टेस्ट करना, हर एक चीज पे जिस तरह से इन्वेस्टमेंट किया गया, जिस तरह से इम्पेटस दिया गया, जिस तरह से एक मैंडेट दिया गया था DRDO को, that we cannot go on as it is. कुछ लोग, दुख की बात है कि जो रफाल डील हो रहा था, ये क्या कह रहा था कि हेल को नजरअंदाज किया जा रहा है, लेकिन वो लोग ये भूल जाते हैं कि रफाल डील साइन होने के कुछ साल बाद हिंदुस्तान एरोनॉटिक्स को 83 लाइट कॉम्बैट एयरक्राफ्ट बनाने का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिया गया. उसके बाद लाइट कॉम्बैट हेलीकॉप्टर्स, लाइट यूटिलिटी हेलीकॉप्टर्स, उसके बाद HTT-40 जो बेसिक ट्रेनर एयरक्राफ्ट, सारे के कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हिंदुस्तान एरोनॉटिक्स को दिया गया. So one thing is a massive military modernization that has happened. The chalta hai attitudes were completely dismantled. Middlemen were completely thrown out of the corridors of power. Military modernization is one part of it. Second was signing of very critical deals. जैसे missile technology control regime एक है, MTCR हमने कभी sign नहीं किया before Prime Minister Modi came in. Because of MTCR, India got access to critical technology. India got access, India got the right to import and make weapon systems or missiles जिसका range 300 kilometers से ऊपर हो. So whether it is missile technology control regime, Wassenaar arrangement, whether it is strategic trade authorization level 1 agreement with United States, whether it is COMCASA, BECA, these are very critical deals जिससे you get access to critical technology. And at the same time, Prime Minister Modi made it very clear that we will not keep on importing from abroad. So the whole Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative started, wherein in the short run, to meet the military requirement in the immediate future emergency situations, हम लोग import तो थोड़ा बहुत कर रहे थे, but it was made it very clear that from simple weapon systems to the most critical, mission critical complex systems, everything eventually will be made in India. So एक बहुत बड़े पैमाने में एक negative list तैयार किया गया, जिसके ऊपर import के ऊपर एक पाबंदी लगाई गई. Even if you buy it from a foreign vendor, the foreign vendor will have to make it in India in collaboration with an Indian company, so that the technology know-how comes to India. अभी आप देखेंगे Prime Minister Modi has gone to United States और वहां पे एक GE के साथ इंजन की टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर की बात हो रही है, GE F414. Interestingly, F414 is one of the most modern and efficient engines, combat fighter engine in the world. लेकिन इसमें हम लोग एक क्लाइंट वेंडर का रिलेशनशिप नहीं है. प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी इज मेकिंग इट वेरी क्लियर, इसका ट्रांसफर ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी करना पड़ेगा यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स को, नहीं तो हम लोग कहीं और पे खरीदेंगे. ये जो एक बार्गेनिंग पावर इंडिया ने हासिल किया पिछले 9 साल में कि वी विल नॉट जस्ट बी अ थर्ड वर्ल्ड कंट्री, वी विल मेक इट ऑन आवर ओन. किसी से हम खरीदेंगे भी तो we will buy it as per our own terms and conditions. So 80%, what I'm aware of it, 80% transfer of technology in case of this engine will happen. This engine will power the next generation fighter aircraft that India will make, whether it is Tejas Mark II or advanced medium combat aircraft. उसके बाद जो अभी एक और डील की बात हो रही है ड्रोन्स के बारे में, जो MQ-9B Predator, that is the most sophisticated high altitude long endurance drone, जिसके शायद 30 का डील होगा. लेकिन मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि दिस इज द मोस्ट सोफिस्टिकेटेड ड्रोन जिसको हम खरीद रहे हैं. उसके बारे में हम ये कहना चाहते हैं कि अगले 3-4 साल में इंडिया विल स्टार्ट मेकिंग इट, बट दैट फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर पीरियड, गिवन द चैलेंजेस दैट वी हैव, वी आर मेकिंग इट. लेकिन इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू नो इन द लास्ट 3 years इंडियन आर्मी बॉट मोर देन 2000 ड्रोन फ्रॉम इंडियन कंपनीज. 2000 ड्रोन खरीदा ऑफ डिफरेंट डायमेंशन. लॉइटरिंग म्यूनिशन है, क्वाडकॉप्टर्स है, मीडियम ऑल्टीट्यूड लॉन्ग एंड्योरेंस ड्रोन्स है, बट हाई ऑल्टीट्यूड वाला जो है प्रीडेटर वाला, it will take a little time for us to eventually graduate to that scale. So the manner of modernization of weapons military, making sure that we have a resilient supply chain within the country so that we do not keep on importing, and then signing critical agreements with foreign countries so that we get access to critical technology. And last but not the least, उसके बाद I'll give it to General Sinha to elaborate on these points. Military diplomacy. जब बालाकोट एयर स्ट्राइक इंडिया ने किया, the most important thing of that time was ये जो काउंटर टेरर रेस्पॉन्स मैकेनिज्म में हम लोगों ने डॉक्ट्रिनल चेंज लाए थे कि वी विल गेट अब्रॉड, गो इनटू द एनिमी टेरिटरी एंड डिस्ट्रॉय एनी टेरर हब. इसके बाद द काइंड ऑफ मिलिट्री डिप्लोमेसी इंडिया डिड, बिकॉज ऑफ विच not a single country except China was against us. All countries supported what India did. And that is the kind of military diplomacy because of which Prime Minister Modi is so popular today. Let me tell you one last point. All that we are doing today, the kind of welcome that Prime Minister is getting, the way America is going forward कि हमसे ले लीजिए. India is making it very clear. हम किसी से weapons लेंगे तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हम उन्हीं के बातों में चलेंगे. We will do what is necessary for us. That's why when the NATO plus option was given to us कि NATO के part हो जाओ, India said no, because being part of NATO would mean that you have defined Russia as an adversary. That Russia is not our adversary. And last but not the least, अगर economic development पिछले 9 साल में नहीं होता, if we had not emerged as the 5th largest economy of the world with a $3.75 trillion economy, in that had it not been so, तो इतने जो मिलिट्री मॉडर्नाइजेशन इंडिया में किया गया है ये पॉसिबल नहीं होता.